Hello and welcome to a new video on Astran. In today's demonstration, I'll guide you through the configuration of S5 as a primary and secondary storage within NextCloud in order to ensure the security of your data stored on this support. Astran S5 is an Amazon S3 compatible API that provides resiliency, security, confidentiality, and compliance through simple API calls, eliminating the needs for encryption key. NextCloud allows you to configure object storages like Amazon Simple Storage Service S3 or any compatible S3 implementation as primary storage, replacing the default storage of files. It also allows you to mount external storage services and devices as secondary NextCloud storage devices. In this demonstration, since NextCloud allows us to configure any S3 compatible API, we will walk through the process of configuring S5 as primary and secondary storage in NextCloud, uploading a file using NextCloud interface, and listing the content of our two buckets, one for each configuration, using the Amazon CLI. So let's dive into today's demo. In order to establish my primary storage, the initial step involves configuring the config.php file. This configuration must be completed before the creation of the first user. Upon user creation, a root directory is automatically generated. The structure and location of this root directory are contingent upon the settings defined in your primary storage configuration. So let's take a look into this configuration file. First of all, we've defined the object stores as an S3 compatible one. We've defined the bucket name as primary, the auto-create to true, the secret key, the secret access key, the host name to use the S5, the region, and finally to use the path style as true. Previous to this video, I created a user that will use this configuration. Now that I'm logged in, I'll upload a sensitive file. Let's take an ID card, for example. Then I will verify that it has been correctly uploaded. First, I will verify it within the NextCloud interface, then by using the AWS CLI and typing the name of my bucket. Now that my file is uploaded and I can see it within my NextCloud interface, I'll open it to see if the preview is working within NextCloud and S5. And yeah, indeed, it's working. After verifying its visibility within the NextCloud visual interface, I'll double check it using the AWS CLI. This involves employing the list_object_v2 command and providing the name of my bucket, primary, and specifying that the date of the last modification is higher than 20 February 2024 at 10:11 when I uploaded my file. So, we have to know that using the S3 or S5 within NextCloud as primary storage, NextCloud will change the naming of the files, so we will mainly find URN $UID followed by an identifier. And it will create two other files. The first newly created will correspond to the preview, and the second one will correspond to the logo. So here, after executing the AWS list object v2, we can see that the result serves to confirm the presence of the three different files within the specified bucket, which last modification date corresponds to our specific condition. I'll now create a new folder called NextCloud. We can observe that it's an empty folder. And I'll also use my AWS CLI to download the different uploaded file. For that, I'll use the get object, specify the bucket name, the keys of the different files I want to download. We will also need to add a specific name for the files we are downloading. So, now that I've downloaded the different files, I'll go back to my specific folder NextCloud, refresh it, and I will see that I will now have the three different files. So, the first one corresponds to the uploaded file, the second one corresponds to the preview, and the last one to the logo. Now that we've covered how to utilize S5 as a primary storage within NextCloud, let's proceed to the second part of the demonstration. On this segment, we'll focus on configuring S5 as a secondary storage within NextCloud. Let's now set up my new external storage. I'll navigate to the Apps panel to enable external storage since it's not enabled by default. To do so, I'll choose Disabled Apps and search for external storage and enable it. I'll need to confirm that by using the password of the root account. To verify if it has been correctly activated, we can select Active Apps and search for it. That's great, it's here, so it's have been correctly activated. Once that's done, I'll proceed to the administration panel and search for external storage. Now I'll select external storage and initiate my configuration. First, we need to choose a name for our new confidential folder. And here, I'm going to be creative, confidential. Then I'll opt for an Amazon S3 external storage. We will need to fill in various details such as the bucket name, the host name field, where we will include the endpoint URL using S5. It is crucial to activate the Enable Path Style option and enter both the access key and secret access key. We will also need to add the users whom will be able to access the bucket. And don't forget to save. After saving the configuration, you can now navigate to your File tab and choose the newly created folder. I'll now upload a new confidential file. For that, I will choose the new confidential folder and select it. For this upload, I choose to upload a new confidential file, Social Security Card. We can confirm that it have been correctly uploaded using the NextCloud interface and that the preview is also working while using S5 as an external storage with NextCloud. So now I will cross-check it using the AWS CLI. To do this, I'll use the list bucket v2 command and specify my bucket's name, so here secondary. The outcome confirms that the file is indeed present in the bucket as well. So what I will be doing now is downloading the new uploaded file into the same folder as earlier, so NextCloud. I'll use the get object, specify the name of my bucket, the key, and the new object name into this folder. Now that the download is completed, I'll open the new downloaded file. So after refreshing, we can observe that, yeah, it's perfect. It's our uploaded file. In summary, we've demonstrated how Astran S5 can be integrated into the NextCloud as primary and secondary storage, and how we can effectively use it to store your confidential data securely. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or need more information, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can also visit our website at astran.io.